tremendous matchup in store. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on, well, another team from the NFC. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
60 years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good passing down here. They send three receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. And right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on Media Day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And that nearly intercepted. And the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's second down. Back to throw, Smith. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's Smith. He'll buy some time right. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Big yardage there on the script. Gets him a first down. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 3rd down and 10. Smith. This will be caught at about the 6. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash. Should be. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Throwing. Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Jalen Darden. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he's got this down to the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 25, here's 2nd and a yard. Now Geno. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Geno now to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 0-0 our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Prescott from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So after the second down, incomplete. Come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run here with Dowdle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Able to shake him off.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is an example of good defense here. He's got nobody open down the field, so he does the right thing and tries to check it down to his running back out of the backfield. But a lot of times, you just expect the safety valve to be open. And here, that's not the case, and it turns into an interception.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run again with Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he stopped immediately there.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Off the play fake. Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
On the run, it's Dowdle.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Prescott now.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And he returns this to the 22.
Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing now is Geno.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now 3rd down and very long. Walker with another carry.
They can't tackle him. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. He lets it fly for Lockett. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and a couple.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker.
His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
To throw is Prescott.
Tolbert hauls in the out route.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Prescott.
Right back to Tolbert.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jalen Tolbert.
55 yards.
And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air.
Yeah.
I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
The final shot here before break. Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased. Doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake, but he will not come anywhere close to the 1st down marker, and that gives us a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now Prescott. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Here's 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still second down.
From his goal line here, Smith. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt him out near midfield, now they've left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0. And I don't care how much confidence you have in your defense. I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be aggressive because those guys can pick me up. You really put them in an impossible.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Rowe. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Smith. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Prescott.
Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Prescott to throw it. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. They're going to look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Williams, his second sack of the night. So on fourth down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Smith.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
About
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And all the way down to the 29. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards. Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Prescott down. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 86 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And Walker once more. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. On the give, it's Walker. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field.
And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. How about that for a call? Leading in the second half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And, partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. To throw is Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here.
Here's Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Uchenna able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes third in the length of the football. And going right back to Walker. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. And that should just about do it. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. And we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Ken Walker
With his third touchdown in this Super Bowl.
And the Seahawks are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So Dak and the Cowboys down by 12. A minute 8 to go. They've come so far this year, but they need... Oh, Prescott stripped.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Uchenna in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here.
Flush to his right. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell ready to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.